Hi, I'm Catherine with the Delafield Quilt Company. Today I'm going to share with you a little 4th of July project. And that are these little round coasters. I hope that you enjoy the tutorial. To create these coasters, you're going to need some supplies. First, you're going to need to download the free template. This is available on our website, and I will put the link to this in the show notes. You're also going to need some fusible batting. If you have regular batting, that's okay too. We can make that work. You'll need some iron-on adhesive. I'm going to be using Heat and Bond Light for this project. And you're going to need some material, some blues, reds, and whites, whatever you prefer to make your 4th of July coasters. Okay, we're going to get started with the star coaster first. That one, to me, is the easiest one to sew of the two, so we'll start easy. You're going to need some blue fabric, some red fabric, and some white fabric for the stars. So I've already cut the blue fabric and the red fabric using the template that is coaster fabric template. You're going to need one of the blue and one of the red. And then I've also cut the batting already using the batting template from the pattern. So to create the star, we're going to take our iron-on adhesive and we're going to put it on the wrong side of a piece of white fabric. I plan on making several of these coasters, so I went a little bit bigger. If you're just making one, then just make sure that it's big enough to fit around the star. So I already ironed this on, and then just using your template and a marking pencil, you're just going to trace all the way around the star. Once you have that traced, I've already done a few already, go ahead and cut these out. Once you've got your star fully cut out, you can peel off that paper backing that's on the iron-on adhesive. And you should have a shiny back now on the wrong side of your star. We're then going to take our blue circle. We're going to get this centered as best we can on the circle. And then we're going to press that down. I'm using a medium heat, but really it's dependent on whatever the instructions have for your iron-on adhesive. Okay, now that I've got that ironed on, I'm going to take my backing fabric, which in this case I'm using the red circle. Okay, with the wrong side up, I'm going to then iron on my fusible batting. If you don't have fusible batting and you just have regular batting, a little bit of the basting spray will work just fine. Okay, I've got that ironed on. And then with the right sides of the star piece and the backing piece, I'm going to just center these, make sure all the edges are aligned. You can pin this if you'd like. And then I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch around the circle, but I need to leave 2 inches open so I can turn this inside out. You may find it helpful when you're sewing circles like this to just put some gentle pressure on the center of the circle and just let the feed dogs do the work and just slowly pull it around. Remember to stop 2 inches from where you started. Okay, before I go ahead and turn this inside out, I'm just going to clip in a few spots, probably about maybe 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch from each other up to the sewing line. And I'm just making a little V. This will help those curves just turn a little bit better when I turn it inside out. And before I go and turn this inside out, I'm just going to do one more thing. I'm going to pre-press where I have the gap that I left to fold this inside out or right side out. I'm just going to press those seams a little bit now, just to make it easier on myself when I need to fold those seams in. And I'm using the template from the batting just to help me make that curve. So I do it on that side, and if you want, you could even clip a little bit here just to get rid of some of that bulk. And then I'm going to also do it on the other side. Okay, and then I'm going to turn this right sides out. I find it better to reach in and push the very bottom of the circle opposite of the opening out first. And if you have a blunt object, I like to use the end of a paintbrush or get those seams smoothed out. Okay, once you have all your seams pushed out, I'm just going to make sure I've retucked these open parts in, and then I'm going to give it a good pressing. The open part of the circle can be a little bit finicky, so just make sure you've got your raw edges tucked in. Okay, now that I have that all pressed, I'm going to go ahead and do a top stitch on the very top. Okay, now that I've got it all closed up, and you can see I did a top stitching all around, I'm going to go ahead and put the stitching detail like I did on this other one. Okay, so now we've got the star done. Let's move on to the red and white stripes. So to make the red and white stripes, you're going to need several 1-inch strips. I chose to go with more of a scrappy look, so I used different types of red and different types of whites on this one. And I'm making my 1-inch strips 10 inches long because I plan on making 2 of these at once. And you are going to need 5 red strips and 4 white strips. And then just arrange them in red and white order. You should start with the red and you should end with the red. Okay, I've got mine arranged the way I want them, and then I'm going to sew them together just using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I've already got a set sewn, and I just press the seams all in one direction. And then you're going to take your template again, the one labeled coaster fabric template, and then you're just going to trace around this using whatever fabric pen you want. I'm just going to use a pencil. And then once you have it all traced, go ahead and cut your circle out. Okay, now that I've got my circles cut out, I am going to just get my backing piece for these, which I'm going to use blue on the back of them. And then I'm going to grab another one of the fusible batting that I've already cut. And just like before, I'm going to iron this fusible batting on the backing circle. And then with right sides together, we're just going to take the backing fabric onto the red and white fabric circle, line up your edges. And then just like we did with the star coaster, we're going to sew a 1/4 inch around here and leave a 2-inch opening. Alright, so I've already gone ahead, turned these inside out, pressed them just like I did the star one, and then I did a top stitch along the top. Thank you for joining us today for this tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing and visit us at delafieldquiltco.com. Have a great day.